Assam sits at the heart of India's fault lines when it comes to demography, identity, as well as infiltration. In fact, these are some of the key issues which has been taken up by the Chief Minister of Assam, and many would say that this is no longer limited to just the state of Assam with more of national security ramifications. Thank you very much, Chief Minister, for speaking to Republic TV. Let me straight away begin by asking you the question on demography. When you said that 40% of it becoming Muslim population in the state of Assam, many argued that is this an alarmist way of looking at it, or is it something that was happening for a very long time and there was no national gaze on this issue?
I think in a state where native become a minority or in the process of becoming a minority, I think it raises a high alarm, because in India no other state demography is being changed because of infiltration. Supreme Court of India, while deciding a case for Assam, it has clearly stated that Assam is facing demographic invasion. The process was started right from 1940s, but from 1961 onwards, it has accelerated. In 2011 census, the Muslim population in Assam has been recognized at 34%. Every year the trend of increase is 4%. So if there would have been census in 2021, it would have been 38%. And today, as we are in 2025, so add another 2% into it, so it's 40%. So if you somehow say that no, last 10 years inflation has come down, or if you attribute some positivity that yes, something has happened on ground, then maximum it will be reduced by 1%. So today 39 to 40%. Now how this has happened? A kind of chain of influx has happened in Assam. Population from a other country came to Assam. They have their children, they have their grandchildren, and in the process, the native people are being pushed into the wall.
Right. But do you think this is, when you look at the time period, because many would also argue that this is on for a very long time, and somewhere down the line there was not much that was essential in it. The foreign tribunal came in at a much later stage.
You see, whether it is a long time or it is a short time, statistics says that all these happened post 1960. So what Assam gained from independence, from because these are the period
right,
where in fact post freedom, post independence, we should have been strengthened.
But what explains the sudden spike from 1991?
No,
what led to this kind of a spike?
There is no spike, there is an even pattern. Every census increase is 4.444%. So neither spike, neither no spike. That the momentum is continue, and today this is the result.
Is it infiltration or is it a natural population growth?
It is a fast, it is a infiltration, and obviously those who has come in, they will produce children also. I am a Bangladeshi person. I entered into Assam. Then definitely I will have my children also. So it is both homegrown, but who was the father, who was the mother? They all were from Bangladesh. So it is a homegrown as well as infiltration. Once you enter into Assam, definitely you are going to produce 8, 9, 7 children. So multiplication factor happens when you entered into Assam and you settle down, then multiplication takes place.
Let me ask you this, Chief Minister, because as someone who comes from the Northeast himself, what we saw when we were growing up years is the question of identity, and the fight of identity still remains. I have my friends who are from the state, we've studied together. In fact, many say the Ahoms, the original inhabitants, have been now reduced. It's almost minority to such an extent that you have your large part of your districts are now Muslim population.
I don't think that now it is a question of Assam. I spent whole lot of my time in Jharkhand last year. Right. The story is same. Then I spend, I follow West Bengal. The story is Bengal is also same. So by
they're the largest contributor. You are the second largest contributor.
I think when 2027 census will come, you will see that Assam, Bihar, Bengal and Jharkhand. So Assam is victim number 1, closely followed by Bengal, third Jharkhand, fourth Bihar. So this is a problem of entire eastern India. From once you have so many population in Jharkhand, in Assam, in Bengal, they will keep on coming to mainland India. So this is not a local problem. We have already, we are living in that problem, and probably we are reaching the level of saturation, because once you have 40%, the political, economic power will start shifting. When you will advertise a government post, definitely the children of them will occupy. There will be election, they will win election. So gradually, the composition in legislature, composition is government services, composition in police, composition is in other area, the distribution of wealth, all these are changing.
What is your biggest concern right now? If I am to ask you your prediction as someone who has been in power and has been an administrator also, what is the biggest concern?
You see, as an individual or as a CM, I have expressed my concern everywhere, but the Indian law operates in a different way. It's a secular country. Once you came in, you produce children, you acquire fundamental rights, you cannot be touched, and you become Indian immediately. Then there are a whole lot of, they become part of the security system. So they become naturalized immediately. They get Aadhaar, they get all their entitlement. So now, as individual or as a CM of Assam or government of India, you do not have those kind of powers. So look, whatever you are, you have come from Bangladesh, your ethnicity is not original Indian, you will be taken like that. So we do not have any drastic laws. We have to operate within the laws and constitution.
Do you believe that the NRC was a solution, and
no,
if that would have not happened?
I mean, you see, these are all survival tactics. You can defer. There will be NRC. You will identify 7-8 lakhs people. You will push them. You will say that, okay, they will not get voter list. But what about their children? One fine morning they will come to the court that this is my third generation. Why not I will get voting rights?
Why do I get a sense that you are not, you feel very handicapped right now?
We have all these brilliant sections, Article 41, Article 21. So all these sections are in place.
why are you being pessimistic about the fact that the foreign tribunal did actually manage to push
They can't
back?
do anything. Which tribunal will push 1.5 crores of people? So these are just a mechanism to defer the inevitable to an extent.
You are saying it's inevitable.
It is inevitable because this census will again give you result. When I started this discussion, when they were 27%,
Right.
but they have become 34%. I came to Delhi, we attend many seminars, we entered into many TV debates when they were 27%. I clearly remember in Delhi Press Club there was a debate. Then I said they are already 27, but now they are roughly 40. So if a Bangladeshi person who entered into Assam, maybe 1970, 1969, 1965, they have now 3 generations.
What will you tell them, the indigenous people who feel vulnerable because they are losing out not only a seat in power, but also their fundamental rights and resources?
I think there were concern. Assamese people has gone into street, 860 people martyred. So gradually, like Kerala, like Bengal, our people will also become secular at some point of time when they will see inevitable. When some section will start mixing up with them, some section will come out of Assam under pressure, they will settle in Delhi, Mumbai. Some will still keep on fighting. So what else you will do?
But when do you get worried? Because the moment when you start making this statement that you have made, time and again you have been accused of becoming almost borderline anti-Muslim.
No. It is not about me. If you come to Assam, you will see that inevitable. You will see that whenever I say or not say, the factual situation will remain same. Now, there will be a section of people who will say, so what? And there will be a section of people that no, it's big thing. So depends, you are following whom. So there will be a section of people who said, what happened? Let Assam be Muslim majority. What is your problem? It is a secular country. So there will be a section of people who will criticize me for saying that, who will criticize everyone. There will be a people, no, it has become demographic invasion, has become big thing. Today it is Assam, tomorrow Bengal, tomorrow Jharkhand, tomorrow Chhattisgarh. Let's do something. So there will be that section of people. But solution, I don't know, because even if you are very strong, how much people you can push back to Bangladesh?
You started the pushback policy.
Because I say my job is to defer the inevitable. Sitting in this chair, I always see that, okay, let me save Assam for 10 years. Then a new generation will come, they will try to find out some other means. And they will try to defer the inevitable by another 10 years. That's how people fight. That's how people, that is the survival instinct. And in between, somebody will surrender also. Okay, let's mix up with them. What's the problem? So there will be a section of people who will surrender also. There will be a section of people who will feel happy also. Okay, they are now, that state is solid. At least like Kerala, like Bengal, now Assam will also contribute in creation of government in Delhi in our way. So there are people who are happy also.
Let me add to one aspect which is not an election issue, but it's a concern for many of us who follow national security. For instance, as far as the ABT is concerned in Bangladesh, the Jamaat is concerned in Bangladesh, what we are essentially seeing is that the radicals have been given a complete free run. As the Chief Minister who monitors national security, I want to ask you the national security ramification.
I'll give you a small example. We have all along discussed the chicken neck.
Yes.
But have we ever discussed who are the people in the chicken neck? Everybody say chicken neck, 22 kilometer, 22 kilometer. But everybody who is there in the chicken neck and in the 10-kilometer vicinities of chicken neck in the Indian side, everybody have come from Bangladesh. So tomorrow, if government of Bangladesh says that let me take over the chicken neck, now the local people will say please come, because they themselves have come from Bangladesh. Maybe 10% still original Indian people are there, or 20% people are there. But if you go entire 22 kilometer by road, maybe you extend it to in Assam side another 10 kilometer, Bengal side another 10 kilometer, the entire 40 kilometers roads, both sides, there are people who have come from Bangladesh in the different years, regularized as Indian citizen, and they are sitting there. Now, their loyalty will be in which sides? Nobody knows. If suppose tomorrow in a chicken neck of India, Pakistan, if in that chicken neck the populations are entirely Hindu, so in a war between Pakistan and India, the Hindus will sided for with whom? The answer is very clear. I don't have to say. So similarly, today the biggest concern, people are saying chicken neck is biggest concern. No. Along with the chicken neck, the resident of chicken necks, their loyalty will be which side? Now in Assam, there are section of people, of course, because now we are running the government, they are not speaking very loudly. In Bengal side, the political leaders of Murshidabad, etc., they say it straightly. So now it becomes our land, you go back. Now Shariat Kanun will be here, you go back. So in Assam side, the people are not saying openly because we are there, we will take action. But in Bengal side, people are already saying, so if Sharia Kanun come to us, we will be happy.
But people who are listening to you tonight would be extremely worried, because at the end of the day, when we are talking about military garrisons are coming in these areas, we are trying to fortify ourselves.
I think these are the briefing I got from people who are connected very closely with the security paraphernalia. They came, they have given me the maps. So this is the chicken neck and these are the people. We have given a land to army to set up a garrison, set up a unit in Dhubri. So fine. But who are the neighbor of that garrison? 50 kilometers, that garrison is surrounded by the people who have come from Bangladesh at some point of time. Because debate is which year they came. If they come post 71, you can say them as a foreigners. If they come prior to 71, they are Indian. But I become Indian by law. I acquire citizens of Indian. But my spirit will be with Sharia, my spirit will be with Bangladesh, or my spirit will be with the Constitution of India. That loyalty will be which way it will go. Nobody can predict.
But aren't we playing with fire right now? Because I'm saying the Bangladesh army chief was barely few kilometers away from that area. There are surprise checks that are being made. There is a airfield that is coming up. They are as close as they can get.
I think airfield, those are the military points. Do you need missiles? Only you tell people around Second Night that from tomorrow we will be governed by the Sharia Act. There will be spontaneous jubilation among the people. The airfield, garrisons, missiles, those will come later. Today, if I sitting in the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, the President of Bangladesh, Army Commander of Bangladesh, they all knows that this entire population has come from our land and their relatives are still inside my country. Even many of them, they don't hear All India Radio, they hear Radio Bangladesh. For music festival, they do not invite artists from India, they invite artists from Bangladesh. They study the same language, they study in the same madrasa. Maybe it is just, you can just go to the fence and you can exchange anything.
Then the question would be that hasn't your government then failed in terms of the fencing? Because Mamata Banerjee keeps reiterating that why blame me? Blame the BSF, blame the Home Ministry.
I think this fencing is there, but can't we sit in the same fencing and discuss? The mobile tower, the same Bangladesh tower is connect anybody who is there in that area. They can speak in Bangladesh tower. So, what Mamata Banerjee has said, it is a blame game. That blame government of India, not me. But the question is whether you are getting pain or not. Whether you have come to meet Home Minister saying that these are becoming a problem. Let us keep aside our political difference, but let us work jointly. But the problem is, who are raising anti-India slogans there? All are members of TMC. The taste of Mamata is that the leaders of those areas are already belongs to the parties of Mamata Banerjee. But in Assam, they are not members of BJP. We clearly distinguish. Because your loyalty to this nation has to be tested. Because you don't know. I mean, they may be part of India also, they may fight for India also, I don't know. But if in a chicken neck between India and Pakistan, the entire chicken neck was if it would have been dominated by Hindus, in case of war, their loyalty will be on which side?
How worried are you? Because the reason why I'm asking you this, Chief Minister, is the fact that there are several of these radical groups which are up in arms already. They are already roaming freely here.
I said that I am worried with the macro picture. At the micro level, many things are happening. We heard about name of ABT, we discussed about ABT. But there are many elements at micro level when macro picture itself is a bad disasters. So far we have not discussed this because we had a friendly government in Bangladesh. And we never anticipated that Bangladesh radicalism will go into that extent because people had a faith that the language and culture, Bangladesh will always be a secular country and they will be pro-Indian. So even if citizens of Bangladesh have settled in chicken neck, we don't have to worry because ideologically Bangladesh is pro-Indian. That was the notion we have encouraged, inspired last post-creation of Bangladesh from 1972. But Bangladesh itself was radicalizing during this period. And today, the pro-Indian element has been taken over by the anti-Indian elements. Then we are discussing. Earlier we said, no, Bangladesh and India governments are same. So if there is a ABT, both the government will jointly clamp down.
But if the BNP comes to power in the upcoming elections, if there is one person in India who would be worried, it would be you.
No, I do not go by BNP, ANP. I do not want to speak anything about the internal politics of Bangladesh. But I am concerned with the fact that in my state today, 40% population has their roots in Bangladesh. They are maybe Indian citizen by constitution, but their roots were in Bangladesh, their relatives are still in Bangladesh, and they share many commonality today itself. And now they are expanding towards Bengal, towards Bihar, towards Jharkhand. You visit Kishanganj area of Bihar, definitely populations are increasing.
Right.
Then in Jharkhand, entire belt is increasingly becoming Muslim majority. So now I am concerned about entire eastern India. The problem is no longer in Assam. And frankly, I don't know the solution. Somebody will say, no, you have a government, why not you push back? So there are many elements like that.
But
so those are very, very simplistic. Somebody is doctor, somebody is engineer, somebody is professor, somebody itself is an additional SP in Assam police. So these things has institutionalized. They have entered into the core of our society.
What is the most shocking thing that you witnessed when you came to power, and what actually made you feel, okay, look here, this is getting very
shocking thing. I came to power, I become CM to defer the inevitable. I don't have any solution, but I am doing something. I am destabilizing them.
How are you destabilizing?
Many ways, I don't want to discuss here. That is why from Assam, you do not hear voice of radicalism, but from Bengal you will hear. In the social media also, you will hear 10% from Assam, 90% from Bengal. So we are doing something constantly. Every morning we push back 20, 25 people, and I publish that in my Twitter. But then again, after day goes, I think the number is 1.5 crore.
I want to ask you this because I remember I read this in an interview that you gave to one of the local publication, the Sentinel, at that point in time. This was when you were in the Congress party also. You have spoken about this in the past also. What was the response that you got when you were speaking in a different party altogether?
I think I don't want to say that this Congress has this reaction, that reaction. As I told you, the people of India always believed in the past that Bangladesh will always be pro-India. That belief actually somehow make us handicapped. During the Sheikh Hasina's government, the idea is that no, don't push them. Don't push anyone, don't push Bangladesh. Hasina will be upset. And fine, we did not do anything. Then India was liberated. Indira Gandhi could have said that take back all the Bangladeshi, but she said no, let them be here. They are, after all, we are now like a family. Bangladesh and India are just like sister countries. So the belief that Bangladesh will be always with your friend, will be your friend. We never discuss all these issues.
What is your solution? You say I don't have a solution.
How can I offer a solution of 1.5?
But this is what you were going to tell the people of
the people of Assam knows that Chief Minister doesn't have solution. Whatever he can do to defer it. My job is to defer for 10 years. The inevitable. So what action I am doing in Assam, they knows that CM is doing something. But I never tell them that I have a permanent solution, because dislocation of 1.5 crore people and those who become Indian citizen already, because of the constitution and provision of law, what a CM can do. You tell me, a person who has come from Bangladesh at some point of time, he is now minister, he is now MLA, and he has come to that position by law.
You had a lot of pushback when the CAA came in,
No,
the
I
NRC
say now we are dealing with hundreds. These things, you can say many things, but the problem remains the CM of Assam is dealing with hundreds, but problem is in crores. And if you take entire Eastern Belt, it is much more. So, nobody will deny that we have come from Bangladesh. We came from Rangpur, we came from Mymensingh. So, that is admitted fact. The dispute is, they will say, no, but we came prior to 1971. That is why, then Supreme Court will also say, Are CM, what you are doing? He is an Indian citizen. Government of India will say, sir, he is an Indian citizen. Then my DGP will say, sir, I can't do anything, he is an Indian citizen. So, those are the problems. Today, as Bangladesh become a kind of an enemy country, that is why we are discussing. But if discussion would have been taken place 1 year back, MEA would have called me, CM sir, you should not speak all these things because our relationship with Bangladesh will deteriorate. So that was the notion throughout the period. We did try to speak, but then we were told, no, don't worry from Bangladesh. They are pro-Indian, they will remain pro-Indian. So we did not discuss anything for last 75 years, or at least post 1972. But now, when we are seeing atrocities on Hindus in Bangladesh, when we are hearing the strong voices from Bangladesh that Northeast belongs to us, we will capture Northeast. So today we are discussing. Now I want solution. Give me solution, I will implement.
Whom are you asking the solution?
The solution has to be come from the people. You change your constitution. You say that Article 14 do not goes to the people who are original ethnicity is not from India. You say Article 21 doesn't comes to them. So are we ready for those radical thoughts?
Are you going to push for it?
I am a small fry. I am doing whatever is possible, feasible in Assam. But if I am going to say change Article 14, do you think people will allow me to leave?
I want to just end by asking you one final question. A Deepu Das happens, and just when I entered your home here, another incident happened. And you see the discourse that has happened all this while. Today there have been Christmas celebrations across the country. There have been incidents that have taken place in our country also. Many are equating such issues.
There are two kinds of religion in the world. One is inclusive, who says that everybody has right to live. There is a relation which says no, ours is the best. And everyone should follow us. Then there will be atrocity on the people who do not follow you. So there are many stories in Bangladesh. Because it was a government led by Sheikh Hasina, we thought that those will be legally addressed. Even if we raise concern maybe at a highest diplomatic level without making noises. But don't make that mistake that Deepu Das is the lone case. The Hindu population of Bangladesh has come down drastically from 12 crores today to 2 crores. Where these 10 crores people goes? Where they disappear? The story of Hindus in Bangladesh are painful, sad, and I have been Bangladesh. I have visited people like Narayanganj, and I have seen, I have met people, Hindu people there, and you can see many area where the temples are, if you travel from Dhaka to Meghalaya, Dauki, in the road, both sides of the road, you can see in your own eyes the fallen Hindu temples. So these are there, these stories are not new. But because today we have a situation where we are discussing, because now Bangladesh is not pro-India. Tomorrow, if Bangladesh gets a government who improve diplomatic ties with India, these stories will disappear. But the reality will not disappear.
A change in constitution is the only answer.
Now, I don't know, because I cannot, I am telling, I just passed political science. I am a small person. I am a very small, when there are many scholars around, many statesmen, many diplomats, many people are there in the country. So this solution in one interview, anchor will ask me what is your solution, I will give a solution. I don't think the state runs in that way, because it is a problem for you, for me, it is about a television discussion. How much people have seen it, how much traction it will have, how much views it will be. It is just limited to that. But beyond that, there are reality which are painful. But you are not allowed to discuss that. You will be termed as anti-Muslim, pro-Assamese, chauvinist, pro-Hindu. Yes, you silence me. But will you able to stop Assamese becoming minority? Do you able to stop the entire eastern region becoming, the local native population becoming minority? So these are serious things. If I say change constitution, that will be the headline tomorrow. Then there will be some discussion on TV show. It's over. So it is not that easy. Even if you change the constitution, will 1.5 crore people in Assam, 2 crores people in Bengal, 50 lakhs people in Bihar, 50 lakhs people in Jharkhand, will you able to push back? There will be a war. They have also, today, friends, many foreign powers have joined hands, Indian people have joined hands. So, dislocation of humans, it is not that easy which solution can be find out between you and me and in television discussion.
Well, thank you very much, Chief Minister. I know you've been a busy person here in the national capital, but thank you very much and all the best for your campaigning in the state.
Thank you.